My name is Kenneth Castillo. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a Chicano filmmaker, and I grew up. Hey, thank you so much.
I used to be Paul Rodriguez. The sad part about watching this is, damn, how time flies, huh?
And doesn't he still look good?
I had better hair. Come on, lie for me.
Yeah. No, you look great. I can't believe it's been 30 years since this movie's come out. I really want to start with, how did you become involved with the film? Did Cheech reach out to you? Like, what was the relationship, or how did this part come to you?
I was cleaning his poop one day, and you can't say enough about Cheech. I mean, I was working at the Playboy Club here in Century City, and I remember that Tommy Chong, and they came to see me, you know, it was kind of like a burlesque show, and I was in charge of brassieres. And he told me about this project, you know, and it was just, for me, you know, I mean, Cheech and Chong were just iconic heroes, and especially Cheech, you know, and just the opportunity to meet him, you know. I felt like a 16-year-old girl at an NSYNC concert, you know. Oh my God, you know. And, you know, he was generous enough to give me an opportunity, and the rest is history. There's no doubt that a film like this is iconic, you know. It just speaks to a generation, and personally, I think it's so sad that in spite of our numbers growing, how we are totally, here he is, the boss man, Cheech
I got my work cut out for me. I'm not a comedian, but you guys, I've grown, I was telling Paul before you came, I grew up watching, as a lot of us did. This movie in particular has been very iconic, and you cast a lot of legends. I mean, Paul Rodriguez is in it, Lupe Ontiveros, like that hurt my heart.
Let's hear it for Lupe.
Yeah, Lupe at the very beginning. And, you know, he's opened up a lot of doors for people, and we were just talking about how Paul got involved with this particular film. And
we had the same parole officer. I've known Paul forever.
Too many years later?
When he was very first a stand-up coming into LA, and I was always watching him, we became friendly, and when I went to cast this movie, I said, I got the perfect guy. And it was really, you know, when a comedian connects with or communicates with another comedian, it tells them, okay, this is what I want to get out of it, and that's all I had to say to Paul. He got the joke. Okay, go ahead, do whatever you want with it, because you know what the laugh is supposed to be.
Because you had a pretty difficult job. I mean, it's just you in all your scenes.
Well, I remain grateful to Cheech, in spite of all the other film failures I've been on. This one is a movie that speaks to a generation. It's really Chicanoism. It's iconic, you know, and I think what it has done is influenced so many of us, you know, so many of us to seek a place and a part of this business due to this man. And you know, I think you know, it's so memorable for me to be known as, oh, you're that pendejo one. I'm one of these, you know, I'm a pendejo and I wear it well, you know.
Now I wanted to know, you know, I'm a filmmaker, and you know, when I look back in the '80s, and I have to ask, like, how did you get Universal to invest in you as a writer, director, and star for this project?
Well, we had these Polaroids of the head of Universal.
That helps.
Use whatever you got.
You know, this is what I don't understand. A movie like this, so successful and has so much meaning to us, and yet to make a sequel has been absolutely, you know, he would tell you, impossible. You know, they're making Airplane 2 now, and they're doing Sharknado 4, but they just haven't seen to be able to find this, and it's so sad because so many of the characters are not only aging but passing away, and maybe something like this doesn't need to be redone. It speaks for itself, and I think it will stand the test of time.
It's interesting that the situation we were dealing with in this picture is the same one that's going on right now. You know, I mean, exactly the same thing. And it was funny because my lawyer was with me when we were making that, and he remembered this one figure that they told him when because we hung out with the border patrol, and he said, we get 5,000 people a day. It's the same number that they're doing right now, 5,000 people a day. So it hasn't changed. It's just the blame on it changed. It hops around to different.
How was cooperative with the Border Patrol during the filming of this film? Because did they understand what kind of message you were saying and everything, and were they just cooperative, like, oh yeah, we're game?
They see it every day,
Right.
and so they they just take it as a matter of course, that this and because we went out with them on patrol and at night when everybody crosses. And people are just kind of walking along. I mean, there's not running and hiding because there's nothing to hide behind there. There's like not even a bush, and they're just walking along, and then the patrol would walk by and wave and stuff like that. So this problem has been going on for a long time because they won't solve it.
They can't solve it, And it's so weird because personally speaking, I think it is very difficult to feel alien in a city named Los Angeles, the people that are coming over, you feel for them, the desperation that things are out there. This is a problem that I don't know if it has any solution, because who are we to say a mother with a child, someone in desperation trying to live a better life, that you have to go through by the rules, and on the other hand, you have other people who say, well, what part of illegal don't you understand? So it's a very touchy issue, but I think this movie speaks about it in a humorous way of a very serious topic.
Well, I think that's part of the beauty of the film. He took a serious topic and he put a lot of humor, but he also put a lot of heart in it. I mean, I hear, especially in certain scenes, the oohs and ahs, not just the laughing, but when you connect with the community when you're there in TJ. And I always say that a film is its longevity is more based not on its reviews or its box office, but here we are 30 years, and we've all probably seen this film at least over 20 times, over the course of all our lives. When you were first making the script, was there any idea like this is a timeless script, timeless story that?
Well, I didn't really think that particular thought at the beginning. I just thought this is really in the news and it's happening all the time, because that was the inspiration for it. I was reading the newspaper about this article about this kid, and I think he was about 12 or 13, and he got caught in immigration, couldn't speak English, and he couldn't speak Spanish that well. But he was born in the U.S. and he got caught in a raid, and they deported him to TJ, and nobody knew that he was gone. His parents didn't know that he was gone, and they kept searching for like almost 2 months before they found him and wandered around the street. And so this is an interesting situation that's just going to keep happening. Because I didn't see any solution,
Mm-hmm.
And so it kept.
It has happened so many times during the Eisenhower administration. So many of the naturally born American of Mexican descent were deported, including Lalo Guerrero.
Yeah.
Lalo Guerrero, we had the privilege to speak about that. The man was deported to Mexico. They just had no regard for that sort of thing. And there's many citizens who really have this dual nationality. People say, it's like having a mother and a father. You consider Mexico your mother and America your father. I think Chicanos, not Mexican, but Chicanos, which is really what I consider myself, and I know Cheech does. It's hard for us we're a nation within a nation. It's a word that inspires a lot of sadness and anger, and also happiness, But I wear it well.
Yeah.
I'll be Chicano to la di que le den la madre.
Cheech was really doing the party, and we have a lot of, we all know the Cheech Museum in Riverside.
Yeah! The Cheech!
If you haven't visited it, you need to go and visit that. I'm sure it sounds like all of you have. I mean, I'm sure it's been successful since its launch. And now you got, Mezcal, the best Papalote. It's not.
That's the next step in your evolution.
So museum and then Mezcal. What was it about Mezcal getting into that? It's not it's starting to get more popular now, but you've been with this company for a while. So, what was the foresight that came to get involved with mezcal?
Well, everybody was doing tequila. Everybody had tequila brand. And I says, that's a crowded field. Let's find something else. How about mezcal? And then, what's mezcal? Well, it's like tequila, but with smoke. Okay, so we forged ahead in the field. But what you find out when you do that is you have to create the audience. And it's taken a little while, but here
Just
it
like
is.
with the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, one cool thing you do with this mezcal, your 3 varieties, the labels were created by Chicano artists that you work with. Is that right? How did you find them, and what was your process in deciding who was going to be on the label of your mezcal?
You flip a coin. And who's not mad at you that week? No, you pick the artist that goes on that label. You know, right when you do it. Oh, that fits the label, because he's like elongated characters. It's finding a perfect place for a painting. That's what it is.
I love that.
What nobody mentions is that this man has given opportunity to so many people, including the top Bell Chihuahua dog that you see right there. He was a nobody.
That was his first, right?
And now he became a big star. Did he ever write you back or anything like that?
Nothing.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you guys up here and talk. I know a few people out here have some questions. Let's definitely take some questions. Let's go way in the back over there.
He brought everything.
Give her some curating.
One.
Somebody did chicken.